Should be going. Let's see. So I got this buffer. Hi guys, I'm ready now. Sorry, Star. Alright. Let's see. Let's get you guys on Twitter and on Discord. Here you go. You should be ready for that. Okay. Welcome, guys. Alright. I don't exactly know what I'll be doing, but we'll see as we go. I guess we'll just work on it. I didn't have like, oh, I'm gonna work on this part. You know what I mean? So, we'll see. Welcome, guys. Okay. Hi, guys. Should be good. Boop. Alright. Hi, guys. Welcome. Let me get my frame rate back up. Whoa. Alright. Welcome. Alright. Hope you guys are good. I've been doing good. Yeah. I know like last time I got a little slightly pouty of like, yeah, animation work is monotonous and I gotta do other stuff to, you know, get my brain working. But it is pretty true that, yeah, I feel like I do need to at least do multiple different types of different works that, you know, I could work on the, hi guys, icometer. That I could work on, you know, the stream stuff and work on movie stuff as a completely different skill set, as well as the Midnight Mares, which is actually right now is pretty much, at least the work of it is pretty standard for me. It's the whole like team aspect and other weird stuff that comes up that makes that more interesting. So yeah. Yeah, so let's see. I'm always trying to be positive on these. Yeah, it's hard though. It's as my little Derpy avatar is always smiling. I can't really make her frown. So this is the best I can do. As I'm okay, but yeah, I was upset last time. Oh boy, yeah. But that was that Tuesday stream. That was something, right? Oh boy. Let's see now. How you guys doing? It's time later. Okay. Hi, Michael. Michael Strange. Cool. I don't think I've seen you. Or I haven't seen you chat before. In a while or something. Let's see. Bad moves are usually moves. I know. Yeah, it's my paper derpy here in the bottom is my my VTube sort of style thing that it's actually rigged up to looking at my camera. So you can read a little bit more about that in the FAQ in the description. So go ahead and peruse down. I can't really go down. Read the description. There's a lot of rules and there's a little blurb about how I made these. Made this VTube puppet thing. So yeah, all right. This is better than depressed. It wasn't super, actually, I wasn't depressed last time. I was just like, it started to like dawn on me that, oh yeah, what I am doing, you know, these days has been pretty, nah, I don't know how to describe it, but yeah. My mood last time was just upset because anytime anything like, especially like during like school presentations, I was always the quiet kid and it was like, you know, walk up there like my heartbeat would be, you know, 200 beats per minute, and it's like I'm ready to go for my presentation, you know, do some whatever, and I would start out with like, oh, hi guys, hey, how you guys doing? And then like somewhere or the teacher would say like, speak up, and like that telling me that actually like broke every train of thought and made me more nervous and embarrassed, and it's just like, ah, jeez, so my whole mood would just turn into, hi guys, into like this fake of yelling, and then it's like, I have no clue what I was talking about anymore. Before I even started, it's like, let me get that train back going and get the momentum, and it's like, oh, okay, and I have no idea what. I just forgot everything. Ugh. Yeah, presentations were the worst. Ugh. Because I only like research enough to like, you know, there was enough to like, you know, the questions of like, well, talk about this thing, and it's like, let me research those particular questions, you know? And then it's like, yeah, and we just kind of ramble or try to figure out what else to say for the next couple minutes. So it was pretty bad. So that's what I felt like too with that when what happened Tuesday, if you were here, is that I kind of had some fumbling with Toon Boom, and that just broke me. And I can laugh at it now, and I was probably laughing back then, but it was like I'm freaking out. That's like what happened was I had this camera bubble here that I was like trying to figure out, like, should there be a little, you see how there's a little tiny box here to connect the different pieces? There should have been one at the bottom here. See this little box here? There should have been a little box here at the bottom here, as everything else has it. So if I unhook that, you can see like there's still a box here, but it wasn't here at the bottom. And I was like, what? Because I remembered from another file that I had for Bears that had a camera, and somehow it was like, it was rigged up, and I was like trying to figure that out. So I figured out that from the top, you get this noodle, and you go whoop, and you go pop, and there you go. So that's what I was thinking of. But I got everything synced up to work without that, so it'd actually be better to take that off, and apparently it works. So it actually still does the zooms and what else we have, so there you go. Must continue Adam Stranger's these comes I'm far away from you guys. Probably from awesome. Do I use OpenToons? This is Toon Boom, so it's slightly different. I have used OpenToons before, but this particular program is not Toon Boom, or it is Toon Boom, but it's not OpenToons. It's confusing. All right. Let's see. Just have to just slice read boxes of text and just read off them. Yeah, we can read. Do you have to read it to us? Exactly. I feel like my presentations, I usually just have them. I don't know. I'm trying to remember if I had them. Maybe some bullet points and then a lot of pictures, and then I wrote on note cards like everything I was gonna say. But then during presentations, I didn't want to read off the note cards, and I was told about remembering them. So I just kind of look down and go, oh, okay, I can talk about this, I guess. So it was bad. But anyway, let's see what we got. Let's just read. Let's just watch the animatic so we can get full context, and I can read more stuff and drink water. Haha, win-win. Let's watch that, guys. See how that's going. Let's see. Looks what it looks like to OpenToons. OpenToons does not have this no view, this spaghetti-ness of horribleness. OpenToons seems to be more for, as you might know, is for anime and actual frame-by-frame real actual papers and cells, and then coloring and digitizing those. So this is more like paperless, and there's actually Toon Boom stuff called paperless animation. So yep. It was black background with dark purple text. Ah, jeez. I think the worst is probably like a red text on black background. That's hard to read. Or any kind of gradient. So we got the starboards. Let's see here. So what I've done in the meantime, I got the horses. They're ready to go. Duster's off screen. Boop. He's ready to go. But also what I did is, let's see if I can boop, get these guys off, is I made a background. Train's not done, but that's as far as I got within the last hour or so. Maybe put the passepartout on. There you go. So this will be the Crystal Express, I'm gonna call it. It's the train that I guess goes to the Crystal Palace, or what's it called? Crystal Empire. So this train goes to the Crystal Empire, and I guess you got a special diamond, crested crystal train, I guess. So through that's just a sketch, but everything else is pretty placeholder-ish, but it should give us a general placeholder-ness feel for what we got here. So I rigged up the train to have multiple pegs going on. Is that, let's see. So I have a train engine as a piece, so I can move that around, and each cart is separate. So I can do something like this, and then move this box around. So, and I have them all connected to one peg, so it has a hierarchy of like, this is the parent then, and these are the children. So that means if I click the parent, then all the children have to follow. And so the whole train moves then. So that makes that animation simpler. Yeah, the drawings themselves are the two carts are basically identical. But yeah. Let's see. Boop, boop, boop. Thank you, Mr. Mindblock. The conductor pony is Thomas Shining Time, Mr. Is Thomas? Shining Time Stallion is the conductor base. Yeah, he's based on one of the train conductor guys, I suppose. We kind of made him as our own design, so he's not really. His only canon base to him is just that hat design and some of the blue shirt. So that's about it. Yeah, I had a presentation where I had to like, we didn't want to like read the entire Odyssey or like Iliad or something, and so we're just gonna have like each kid do like a different chapter and read it, and then we would have presentations to then kind of go through it and say like, oh, this is what I read and this is the lore and story of it. So I think it's the only really time that we did that kind of style of it. But I still had to like, you know, get up and say like, oh, I read the Cyclops part of one of them. So I had to like retell that story to the class and figure that out. But it was like a half class, so it was really weird. I don't remember why it was like that. Had to move this to the middle. Let's see. All right. Boop, boop, boop. Pony is also a conductor. Oh, awesome. You like trains? Give it Thomas. Oh, Thomas is a tank engine. Okay. I was wondering where that was going. All right. So what I want is to take away the meta. Actually, just a color card. So that's getting in the way. So I can see. Okay, here's where the train comes in. Here's refund you guys then. Let's see. Bup. Ah. Awesome. Alrighty then. Well, just gonna take the train out because it doesn't belong here. And what I can do is with the animation. Let's see. So does that work? That should work. Okay, sorry. So what I could do is, because these are just placeholders, drawings for right now for the train, I'll probably in the meantime, probably between like now and next week, I'll work to draw this out. And the fun part is that I can still animate them because I still have these elements here to actually do something with them. Woohoo. But I can still motion tween them per se. So for right now, this is where I have the train come in. So I'll have a keyframe at that point, and then I'll line it up with this door here and this door here. Alright, and then add the tween box. It's funny to there's been a lot of fidgeting and trying to figure out where timing should be. It's easier without the sword to see. Passport 2. So, Okay, train guys, is that good? I mean, is that how fast the train should be? And it just stops at a point there, like immediately? Let me know about that. Let's see. Or should it be, a little bit more elaborate to make sure that it actually follows maybe some physics, There you go. Alright, so probably need to figure that out. Yes, you're right. I'm trying to lead you into we need to ease it out. So hopefully I can figure how to do that. Let's see. It's probably this one. This one allows me to do this. And this makes sense. Sorry, little boxes, but this is to say I want it to slow out. And this can go in. Excuse me. But with this kind of a situation, it should... Yeah, good. Maybe we can just play with this to get it to be... It's pretty short, so I can probably do it pretty quick. And you can see that this one's now being affected as well. But it goes kind of fast, and then it slows down. Is what I want. So probably need to make it... If I can move this over a little bit. Yeah. So that helps a little bit. Let's see. Daylight twinkle. Oh, awesome. Hi, Benson. Says it's coordinates right now. I don't think we get too many train enthusiasts. This should be fun. Alright, so what I want to do is add... It just kind of slowly moving. Something like that, and maybe just one tick back. So we, so it kind of has this more of a organic motion of it stopping. So instead of just having 2 keyframes, it now have a couple, and there we go. Let's see here. All right, trying to follow you guys. Yeah, we get a lot of people. Very, very wide range of people. It's a good way to say it. Okay. Boop. There you go. So what I want is to maybe add some more time between here and here. Alright, so I have selection mode on, so now I can do stuff like this to see. And she's ready. Alright, so I'm gonna animate, let's see. Let's animate Hirschwinnie. Hey, Joe. Howdy, howdy. Let's see here. So I just make her like standard first pose has figured that out. So I kind of just have her being happy. Let's see. So let's have her be at least have some kind of motion to her. Ooh, what I can do? Yeah. Oh well. Let's see. It's a little bit different from my Minimir's puppet, so I'm actually live. Well, yeah, she's just kind of gazing up or something. Change the mouth to be a little bit like that. There you go. Let's see. Body language. Okay. When the last time you got us? All right. Let's see. It's probably during like, how would you show up time? Like, I mean, if it's a humanoid, we could have her like cross her arms, you know. But for now, I think that's probably as good. And I can kind of shimmy these legs a little bit. Maybe to show her bored, it's like she's looking at something else or something. We can close her eyes a little bit too. Something like that. Let's go here and disable this. Go back here. Let's see. Nose up, chest out. Okay. Let's see if that's possible with this puppet. Yeah, that's closer to probably what I want. Okay. Let's move that back. Let's see. That's probably good, but probably needs to move the other eye. Like move the nose up a little bit, you're saying? Move the mouth. Maybe over here. There you go. I'm liking that. Let's see how far. I don't have too many islands, but that's probably as best I can do. Unless I want to add, you know, like, eyebrows or something. That can help too. Let's see. I'm using this box just so I can select the different elements that are on here, and then I can use the timeline to see what else I can do. So I have this one, and I have this one. I know where everything is, so hopefully. These are the minimers. I know where everything is. Keep bringing that up because I was literally just animating in that today, so yeah. I'll have a beat it there. Oh, she disappears. Wee. Well, that's fun. Where does she go? She just disappears at that point. Interesting. Okay. But what I want is something a little bit lower. Actually, he's already judging the train already. Something like that. Maybe want to change it to be the one that's invisible. It's this one. Somewhere around there. Alright. There you go. It's already made. Excuse me. Pretty good pose. Alright. She would 100% not be impressed with Crystal scene before even stepping on it. Let's see. Reading your stuff. You guys are great. Hi guys. Hi cartoons. Let's see. Alright. I'm happy with it. How's that looking? Okay. So what I need now is go back out here, get this. Actually, these bips, so then I can see where she's there. And then oof. Okay. Let's see. We got the Friendship Express, the Crystal Empire train, and the original Friendship Express Season 1. Oh, they're different? Oh, cool. Yeah, I hope to actually draw this train for you. I'm sorry I didn't focus on drawing the train. Yep. Right around here. If I can select it. Or not. What happened? There you go. Okay. I want to see outlines. Outline. So I'm trying to get these two things here. Probably around here is where I want it to blink. It seems to be locked, maybe? I don't know what's happening. But it can't select things now. So that's interesting. Oh, because it's actually the color card isn't allowing me to. Well, that's interesting. Let's just get rid of it. Because that was actually layered on top. That was weird. Okay. Right around here. Okay. What I could do is then use my drawing substitutions. Let me just get rid of this one until she has. Well, it has to be just even this one then. A nice blink. Back to B. Boop. Boop. Alright. Let's see. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks, Sasha. Goodbye means that you're leaving. Alright. That was interesting when you make a train base. I know. This is lucky. Let's see. Yeah, I'll get the train back in for you. Yep. Alright. Why was the train to Appaloosa pulled by a train pulling someone from coal? Oh, that's right. There was a train or something, or at least was it actually? I mean, there are trains. The Friendship Express was coal based, but I'm not sure. It's been so long. Good night. Let's see. We're gonna offend right now. I have to get you guys become smart question. Awesome. Okay, so what I can do is go back to storyboard just so I can not see it, because that gets annoying. Okay. And then I'm going to get my eyeballs and these, and so I can select them. And so a frame before it. Probably switch to being where I want it to be, so I can get rid of that and then get this up. So it'll be whoop, whoop, whoop. There you go. Alright, so what I want is now to go back into one of these and then move the eyeball to be in the right position. So get it into here. And then get this one to be in a good position. And then figure out where this one is with this one and not that one. This one, and this one. And then move these ones back here. Back here. So now they're in the position that I want. And there we go. Okay. Boop. Boop. Alright. Is that train slowing down? Should it be slowing down faster or slower? What do we think? So I can have it appear faster or slower, I guess. That feels slower. Maybe I could just keep playing with that. I keep moving these back a little bit. Because obviously, yeah, if you were on that train where I had it before, it would be very whiplash or something. Let's see here. That was that. Let's do it one more time. That feels slightly better. It feels like a already slow train just coming to a stop. Alright. Let's see. So I can work on this. Bop, bop, bop. Get the head. Let's see. I'm just seeing where the frame starts. Alright. Ooh, that doesn't feel good. Let's get rid of this and just kind of just wobble it over. I feel like this needs to be lower. To be whoop, whoop, whoop. Alright, so train, yep. And that's what we need to do. Alright, that's pretty much all we really need to do for this, I guess. If you want to move the mouth, maybe. Let's try that. Feels a little better. Alright. And I'll do the secondary animation of the hair. I think I just found my or something. Secondary animation would be where I move the actual hair around like this. Or probably not as much. Probably just like... But I can't really do that until I get the rest of the animation ready. So it'll feel kind of flat at this point. But it already feels pretty good. Already got like, how far? I already got like 2 seconds in, so that feels good. Out of 400 frames. Alright. Alright. What I want to do now is I guess we need to have Duster come out. Problem is that we don't have the door ready. The door probably needs to be higher up, or I can move this down a little bit by just taking this drawing a little bit here. And just highlight everything here and just kind of smudge it down just a smidge. There you go. Okay. And then first when he starts to walk, but then the door opens and then she like stops. So I don't think I have a walking animation, or at least the frames that I have are very limited. It's better to do that some other time. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's why I meant like I wasn't really prepared on what I'm gonna be doing here. So I was more just focused on trying to get the background. So got that happy. Let's see here. How you guys doing? Let me get some water. We're about halftime. Let's see what we got. We got like that little bit there, which it's not bad. Boop. All right. Yeah, sorry. I'm not the biggest trained man, so I'm not gonna be able to follow along with you guys. Glad you guys like it. I'm just not able to follow along. So I talk about stuff I like, which is animation, which not like we're able to speak the same language. Let's see. That's fine. Okay, thank you. Alrighty. What do I want to do now? I want to get Duster out, but I need a door. And then Duster, let's see. Duster is the, I guess it's gonna be this guy. Let's see. If I can get these, there we go. You can see where everything is. So now I can make this a little bit slower, actually. Boop, boop, boop. So actually gets to 40 and 42 here. So when this stops, alright, so pop, 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 pop. Okay. So it just slows down a little bit. I'm trying to do this chronologically as possible, but there'll be times where I need to. Might need to skip ahead. Let's see. I'm trying to figure this out, really, at this point, of what I want. So I need these bips to be a little bit sooner. Okay. And then let's get Duster. So Duster is in the wings over here. So we'll need to probably have him have another peg. And this will be Duster flip P. Just because I like to have it be an actual peg. Don't probably need to, but probably don't actually need to. Okay, let's get rid of that. Grab him, flip him. Sometimes it like breaks him up, so I get scared about that. So I feel like this is easier if it's not actually being part of the. If I have it like as a separate symbol on top and then flip them. So, let's see. So right about here, we need him to open the door. And that should need to be flipped the other way. Because we can have him be here, then have him be right about the same size. Good. And then we just make him a little smaller. So he's gonna be coming from the door. Didn't really plan this out, so I'm trying to figure this out as I go. So let's see. Let's see. Oh, jeez. Got some tank lore. What do I want? I want him to walk out. Problem is I don't have the door to have him be here. Probably just need to be here, and then he needs to be like inside of here, and then he can be ready to go. Let's just have him be same kind of deal thing here. Is that his whole thing that I'm thinking of is that he's gonna be the Mr. Magoo almost derpy style, where he's not gonna be that cautious or know exactly what's going on around him. So we're gonna have him just kind of walk over to the platform and just like dust for pretty much the entire time. And so that upsets Harsh Winnie the whole time too. So let's see. Alright. Sorry, Joe. Let's see. Yeah, nothing wrong with it. It's just like I'm not able to relate, so it's making up for that. Boop. Probably need to have him be a little bit sooner. Maybe like sooner. Which means I need to go back to here and then move these back a bit. Okay, cool. Let's see. So these could be bumbly, maybe. Let's see. So maybe like just jump. So he's at least what I'm thinking about and like imagining is that he's inside of the train, and so there's some depth in Z depth to like have him be inside of the train door right now, and so I'm trying to figure out what the way. I guess I need him to somehow have the door open. What would he need to have the door open? He would need to just kind of have it, like maybe just have his arm up, like as if he slid the door open and now he's ready. Can I have other arm, please? There you go. What, this one. This is what I mean, and they have multiple arms ready to go. Okay, let's kind of slide these out. What I can do is just kind of shimmy that in a little bit. Alright. So now just get a whoop. So that'll be a starting frame, I think. Alright. Let's see. Reading your stuff, reading chat, there's a lot of things. Let's see. I mean, I'm doing pony stuff and I'm like in my 20s, so hopefully that's not an issue for you guys. Alright. Let's see. So he's ready here. What I could do, let's see. What do I want? I mean, have an I guess you could like divide animation into like a third of like what do I want to do, and then making a lot of things and then animating. So I think I'm in the how am I gonna do this part. So fortunately that's the slowest, and I'm just here thinking about it. Let's see. So door opens, whoosh, whoosh. You could like have some motions maybe of his head moving. That's my Wednesday. Wednesday was good. Uneventful, as I can't really remember what happened. I think I was just focused on working on animation for Midnight Mares. Oh yeah, that was the fun day for America. I watched it as live as I could. So gotta get rid of this. That doesn't feel good. Yeah. So that was fun. I did vote for him, so that was fun to see. Well, I guess I kind of voted for his VP more, in a sense. So if anything happens, it's gonna be okay. And then the rest of the time, I guess I woke up too early. I woke up earlier than I usually do, so I just kind of laid around and just kind of watched a lot of internet stuff, and didn't really actually do too much of anything. So, and then like very late in the day, I actually started to like work on my my part of the animation. So, yeah, that's pretty good. It's like he's whoop, whoop. So imagining is that he's gone. He's behind the door. The door swings open, and then he has this motion of like opening the door, and then he follows Drew with that. So he still has some motion to him that's like, yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, I just kind of woke up too early and then spent majority of the afternoon, pretty much almost to the evening, basically like 2 hours before I went to have dinner. I just worked really hard to work on animation. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I didn't really do too much, but just kind of just watched YouTube stuff and didn't do anything. But here we are. I got that motion here. Let's see. Welcome back. Anti-bro. One of us considered those. Okay. I mean, this anti-brony is like when it started, so not too worried about that. What are you doing here? Get out of here. Get out. Scoot, Duster. You're not supposed to be right there. Oop, there you go. That's good. Alright, that feels good. What I want is this and this to see where these are. Alright. Could move it back. Oop, oop. Could even back. There you go. Eyes usually follow first, or the leaders. Eyes are like the leaders of what you're going for as focus, so be good to have it be first in line, timeline wise. So I think we're doing good. Let's see. All right. They don't want to understand us exactly. I mean, you can say that for any kind of community, so bullies just don't want to like take the time to actually research and go, oh yeah, let me have an educated argument, you know, for why I think it's dumb, you know. From the bully's point of view, it's like, it's all dumb, just because they say it is, you know. So if you're educated in it, then more power to you. That means you have way more leverage than a bully would possibly have, you know. Because the bully wouldn't spend the time, you know, to like research into it to go, well, did you know in like, you know, they wouldn't be able to make up the examples of, well, did you know in season 2, you know, there's this plot point, like, what did you think about that? That means your show's stupid, you know? So, let's see. Unless there's like, you know, bullies who were like inside of your community, and that's even worse. But yeah, let's see. I suppose you just roll some and take a person. Oh, did you have some cookie? I'm sorry. Oh no. Let's see. Okay, so what I want is for him to like jump up and then be in front of the platform here. So it's gonna be from here to here. So whoop, get to the introduction of him, and then now it's gonna transition into a jumping position. So let's get that going. So I'm gonna swap this back to a normal, maybe this one. Get this back here. And then we'll just get everything to kind of like follow along with that. Oop, now that's squish. So this is build up actually. This is an anticipation for what I want. And then body. Needs to be this one. Let's see. That's really actually think everyone got 2 catering both sides from. But it's at peak popularity. That'd be like 2011-ish, right? So yeah, there wouldn't be too much content for them to really sink their teeth into, you know? Let's see. Yep, it feels somehow wrong a little bit. Oop, I fell off the screen. I was getting too close. Yep, 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 yep. I'm sort of cheating in a way, and I'm just using a body master instead of using all these other parts that I have here. So, eh. Let's see. Yeah, I should probably stop talking about that. Let's make a rule not to talk about politics and, I guess, bullying now. Let's talk about horses and this train that I got here. What do you think about this? How's it squat? He squat. Alright. Well, it's just on my personal end, too. That I don't feel like I need to talk about that or have you guys get into it too much. Oh, she does have bubbles. She do be being cute. Let's see. Yeah, I think I just liked her because, like, with the flash animation as well at that end. Because everything was compartmentalized that I've been saying is that you could have this as a compartment, you know, container, I suppose. You could have like a bin and then plates put stuff into it, and then you can carry that container around, and all the parts that you put inside of it would move as well. Problem is that the way that they had the double rainbow puppets, they had each eye be its own symbol. So the symbols are the containers. And so it was just like monotonous of like going back and forth to make sure that you couldn't like do something like this where I can select both of these and then see, oh look, I have a keyframe on both of these, you know, on this particular frame here. So it just became really annoying to like make sure that each eye was in the right position, because that's also a thing too, is that each eye would be its own section or something. So it became really hard to like make sure that the eyes were in the same place. So yeah. Okay. It's probably around, let's see. Give me head. I mean, these are in different positions just because it's a little bit easier to group them, but in a way I could have them be in one giant web of stuff, but just to like make sure that I can organize it slightly easier, I have the head and body be different parts. So let's see. Thank you. My luck. Let's see. Like it because original voice began reminding you of Rudolph from Mega Bad Specials. Yes. I mean, the original voice, are we talking about like the muffins, like from that episode, or is it the what was the next one? I guess the next real speaking role was the Applejack one. The one that no one like really cared about the story after Derpy was gone. So what I want now is for her to actually dust her to spring up, and then I was getting its head in position. Whoop. Let's see. Let's see. Add message button. Oh, okay. I was like, yeah, sure, you can subscribe to me. That is where it's going. All right, that's fine too. Let's see. Bop. What I want is for him to go like this. I might need to have these as separate pieces. So what's gonna happen on the outer layer? So this is him going up. So I need these parts to also kind of be like the jumping for joy kind of fun here. Is that his arms or legs are gonna separate like this. I didn't think about having his tie having physics. That'd be interesting too. Okay, and then After that, a couple frames here, and then he's gonna land again. So I'm doing this part first, so hopefully you'll excuse me for doing this, and but that makes sense to me, but obviously when you watch it, this doesn't make any sense. Because, like, he's not moving, but he's jumping, so what's going on here? But it's all okay. Okay, and then he's gonna just kind of spread out, and then let's follow his head with this one. Let's pop, 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 pop. Spread this out one. Move over, please. And then he's gonna be in his down position. That's a bit much. Let's see. And then he's gonna get up. Woohoo! I've done this so many times. I was just like, whoop, there you go. Whoop, boop. Okay, and I need the body here. A little more like this. Let's see. And then he's gonna get back up. Let's make just like a little pop. Since we have whoop boop. Now I need the head to follow that motion because I just added that on to the body. Managed to get rid of these because now I have them in a different position. Right around here. Too much. And then down. And then down. So, whoop, up. Yep, up. Okay, so now he's ready with that. Let's see. So I can go out to this one and then see where this goes. So we have him here. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. So here we're gonna have him have this. I also need to like slowly get him larger. Something like that. Whoa, see how that's it's working. Let's have them be right around. Well, it has to be here. So that almost works. Let's see, is there a rotation happening? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what this is. Rotation Z? Let's see if that's anything. If I can select it, I'm literally selecting it, please. There it is. Okay. Let's get rid of the storyboard so I can see it. Yay! Alright, see ya. See how that works? Alright. Let's see. Let's see. We're in your stuff. Let's see. Oh, okay. All things go well, thank you. Or for yourself, okay. Didn't read that too carefully. Alright. Yep, up. Make art for free, but not for free. Exactly. Good cookie. That's a smart cookie. I feel like I need to make one of these a little better. Hop, hop. Let's get rid of this and then kind of tween it between where this is and the next one. Onion skin. Actually, that is right. Where's blue? Should be around here somewhere by frames. Ah, there you go. Okay. So I can see a little closer exactly what needs to happen. So he needs to be in between each picture. So let's just kind of have him be once around here. There you go. So now it should be whoop. Yay! Alright. Alright. I feel like there could be a little bit more squash and stretch. Where am I? Hip. Hip. There you go. Hip. Alright. Perfect. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Hoppa. There you go. Actually, I think we're about up on time, pretty close. I usually end at the hour. So, problem is that that's about now. So, I can kind of clean up what I have here and then see what I can do. Have him kind of like look at where he's going to be going. Yep. Alright. Good. Okay. So yeah, so there's a lot more to think about. Is that the door here definitely needs to be larger. This door behind him needs to be larger so I can actually fit him inside. So the train needs to be either bigger or I need to make them smaller and then readjust the animation. Let's see. I also need to actually make the train and the door, but this actually will actually help me a lot more so I can make sure everything's scaled right as well. So this was good. What else needs to happen is that it needs to be facing the other way. So I had that flippy thing, so I could just flip them over. But you have to have some kind of animation of him doing that. I think for the next motion will probably be him. I kind of just do this cartoon thing of having him like reach under his torso, I guess. And then pull out an object, which would be like his duster object, and then you can clean up with that. So I'm thinking of combining that into one motion of him spinning around and getting his duster out. So the story is that he's going to be dusting this, or cleaning the door and the doorknob to make sure it's all clean. And so that'll make Harshwini upset. So, let's see. What I can do, I guess, real quick is animate Harshwini as well. Make sure that she... Well, I can't, actually, because I need her to walk a little bit. That's what I wanted. Or I could just have her just be here, I guess. Or just kind of follow with her eyes. Maybe just have, like, a blinker somewhere in here. Let's see. So just something... I was actually kind of delayed, so that's okay. Move it up a bit. Hip, boop. Hip, boop. So what I could do is also go back into her head. Go to Harshwini's head. Go to here, and then I can see where her eyes are. Go back to head, and then kind of like animate this. To also kind of move. We'd like to maybe just slow this down. Maybe that's too much. Maybe just make smaller motions here. We'd like to see where the eyeball is so I can see where these dots are in the middle row here. And so I can kind of just follow where our eyes are and then slowly make sure that these all kind of follow. And something like, too much. Sometimes it's easier to just remove it. I'm trying to fix it. Okay, and then maybe just a little blink here too. So that'd be blink, and it should be the final thing. I think I messed up somewhere. Let's see where. Didn't do it right. C, C, D, D, E, E, F, F, B. There you go. Okay. It's now that I got the blink, I also want to move her eyes to follow along that now. So now I got this blink. I just find it always fun to like move their eyes when they blink as well. It's just a small detail that just adds that little bit of something to it, you know? Alright. And we got both of our characters out. And they're ready to roll. Alright. Hope that was a little bit more action-packed than last time. But here we are. We got all this going now. We got the characters ready and they just gotta animate for the rest of the time. Alright. Oof. Alright. Let's see. I seriously think open Toon sets trees now? Oh, cool. Yeah, these are called nodes. I guess they're node trees, you can say. They do resemble trees, so I know what you're saying with that. But I guess the one that I was using in order the program version, I guess, I was able to find it, I suppose, or I was just too scared to use it or something, like overwhelmed with it before I got used to how Toon Boom works. So, as I said, like I worked with Flash for the last 6 years, and then like only like last summer did I get Toon Boom, so there's not really a time where it's like I can really learn open tunes too thoroughly. So if there's things like that into open tunes, that'd be interesting to figure out. But as I paid for a license, for a permanent license for Toon Boom, I'm gonna be a little harder to sway to not do Toon Boom at this point. So wish I had the timeline to see this, but now we can play this, and let's kind of go to toaster time. All right, boop. All right. Let's get in here, play. And for the first 4 seconds, it's happy, yay! And then it doesn't quite work, but you kind of get the beginning of it. It's okay, yeah, it doesn't quite work. What I can do is just have it be. What can I do? I can have it just kind of go here and then like around here. Say, scene length stop at 120, and then it should just go to here and then replay. So there you go. What I constantly do is just get rid of the meta, so then that doesn't get annoying either. Okay. Whew. Yay! Alright, so now I can just replay this one over. Yay! It's so happy. Obviously, once we get the rest of the train assets, and you guys will probably need to help me with that. Make sure it's accurate and everything. Let's see where that goes. All right. As I said, also everything here isn't quite final either. I'll have to add, even what I animated here, I'll need to go back and add more stuff to it, like the hair. As I say, like I like to do that last, or at least one of the last things for animation, because then it's easier to know exactly. You're able to like kind of like lock it down in a sense that nothing else will, you know, you feel confident in it that you won't probably make a huge change. So if everything looks good now, or at least when I get there, then I'll be able to make the hair kind of bobble up and down a little bit with some physics. Other than that, how's the background look? I know it's very, very, at least to me, it's like, yeah, that doesn't look great. We'll also need a background for the Dippy Bird scene, which that'll be its own thing. That's why it's gonna take forever to make this. At least for this background, it's the Crystal Empire. I'm thinking of it being like the, you know, the like section where like, I guess that is where the train station is that it's on the outer rim or outside of the city. So you're not quite like in the heart of the city. It's like on the edge of it or like way far away. It's be where the, where like Twilight and Gang, like at the beginning, of that season 3 episode where it was like snowy in that kind of field where it wasn't in the city but it was like walking up to it, and there was that weird gate thing with the big crystal gate kind of monoliths. I can hide that in the background and then make it seem more crystally. Let's see. It's good, it's fine. All right. The thing is that we'll see the background when, spoilers are gross, is when Harshwinny will suplex the train. The whole train will be off screen, so we need to make sure that the background is good. To a sense then. So if that's all good, let's see. Yeah, I need to fix where the door is, but yeah. Glad I didn't spend, 3 hours trying to animate or like trying to draw that train out, so before I put in the character. So that's the fun of being an artist and animator, is that I can just kind of like go in and if I need to change something, it's like, oh, I don't need to bug like 3 people to make an asset or do something. It's like, I'll just do it myself, I guess. Yep, we're gonna do a train suplex as per you guys. And a couple weeks ago, we had the onset of creating the story. So if you missed that, yeah, this is our creation of that story. So I'm just going by what you guys have made, really. I changed the script just to make it like easier for me to animate, but that's about it, really. I'm trying to include as many ideas as I can from you guys. So, but at this point, I think we're to a point where, let's add a whole new scene, or let's add like a whole thing is a bit too far. Sorry. That adding new ideas is gonna muddle it up and spend even more time making things. So, I'd rather not do that. If you can forgive me on that, but hopefully that makes sense. Is that we already got the storyboard set up and we're already timing everything out. That adding things now. I mean, if it's the last scene or something, then maybe if I'm going chronologically, but I definitely need to, crunch and figure it out. So, but yeah, let me get some water. Got a lot of spitting in my throat. Let's see. Let's see. What do we think? Is this looking good? I think it's looking pretty good. Obviously, it's pretty rushed in a sense that I don't have everything quote finalized, but I think for what we got, let's see. Looks great, thank you. Even like the sky is all temporary and everything, and like the hills. So I'll probably just like redraw most of it. But now that I got at least something that, you know, is close to what I'm thinking of as like a template, I'll see from there. But yeah, absolutely need to draw the train. So hopefully that'll be exciting for you guys. Maybe I can draw it on stream. Because my plan was to, do all the backgrounds and stuff. Draw the backgrounds and trains and stuff off stream, so you won't be able to see it. And then, hi, Barbara. Sorry. Hello. Plan is to draw things out and then just animate this, animate it on stream. So at least to me, that's more interesting and more hands-on interesting. Because I think just making a background stream is, it's kind of like drawing a drawing or an artwork. It's like it's interesting in some, I guess. Well, I guess for animation too, it could be less interesting, but I don't know. But I know that there is at least an audience for train enthusiasts. So, because I was just gonna copy the Crystal Express, for what that looks like. So the engine, I think I have a picture of it somewhere. Maybe. Let's see. Yeah, I got this very blurry picture here. What's that? Got this very blurry picture of a train. So kind of just modeled off on this for my red version. So I'll just I was planning on just drawing this, so if there's like something I might miss or something, especially with this bad picture. This was a GIF, so maybe we can figure that out. Trying a high quality picture, but this is just what the colors and palettes and what I was going for. So it might be interesting to do it on stream, but I just think for my sake it's gonna be less interesting than doing animation, which again is a third of just like thinking about it and then making things and working on it and then animating. So yeah. Let's see, because I think for the might need to just change a perspective. I think from what I see here is I need to change the perspective of the platform. Is that for him to get out? Ooh, that's fun. You can see where my Derpy's on a separate monitor. For the door, it would need to be somehow lower, or at least at eye level, I guess, with the door. So this needs to be lower, and then it'll probably just raise the train up, but then I think it's gonna be off screen and that'll be just as bad, probably. So yeah, so obviously this is all kind of very temp, and obviously this floor will have to be figured out as well, but you get the gist of what I'm going for, hopefully, right? Let's see. Yep, the flying toaster is based on the After Dark 90s. Is it a wallpaper? It's when screensaver. Let's see if I can find that. Screensaver. So based on that, and I just have a bunch of fun different characters instead of that. Let's see. See if there's a GIF or something of it. There you go. So like when the first time I had like one of these, when I used this background for my version, I heard someone say like, oh, this background is very purple sharp. I had no idea that was, and I just get like kind of that's a bit pet peeve of mine when people just say, "Oh, this reminds me of something that's very recent and relevant," and it's like, wait a minute, you can't go back, and I don't know, it might be based on something older. Even this could be something based on older something, but to get like a Minecraft thing as a reference is like, eh, that always gets me. Oh, the perfect screensaver. Let's see. Let me get some water. My throat's really bad. Alright. Don't ever, yeah, please don't advertise or promote yourself. I kind of talked a little bit with politics on my own end too, so sorry about that as well. Yes, so there's no obvious ideas, but yeah, it's just kind of annoying when it's like, oh, this thing is obviously, it can only be this thing that I've only heard from the last 2 years or less, and it's like, but it'd be like, oh, this animatronic of a hippo, well, that must be Five Nights at Freddy's reference. It cannot be anything else, just because that's my immediate range of knowledge. And it's like, wait a minute, animatronics have been at least 100 years, if not, more if we go back to automatons, which probably like go back to 1800s French or something, So just make that like connection, and it's like, okay. That kind of stuff that gets me. Let's see. What about the other stuff? Yeah, promoting stuff is, yeah. We prefer not to, otherwise literally everyone will start doing it, and it just becomes this patty cake with each other, trying to think of good words about it. That the if everyone plays patty cake with each other in in a ring, then it becomes just chaos. So but yeah, it's fine for it to be able to support each other, but I think for saying it on this particular chat room and streams is like, I like to not have that. Thank you for that. And then yeah, for politics, yeah, I kind of got into that myself, so because we were talking about what happened on Wednesday, so that was in a way impossible because that's kind of led up to my own story of what happened on Wednesday. So yeah. Let's see. Hi, Lewis. Let's see. Didn't see you earlier. Anything else? What was I thinking? I got Discord. Let me just see what you guys got. Yeah. Yeah, I explained Derpy too. The first like instance of like pony that I ever saw in general, like at all, was a GIF of feeling Pinky Keen, and that had Derpy like delivering the box, and then she drops a piano on Twilight said. So that was the first like GIF of like pony I've ever seen, or any kind of instance of anything pony. So it's like, hey, I'll all kind of rounded around in a nice big bow to like a big circle. And then I watched episode 2 and then episode 1, and then kind of spiraled out from there. And then I watched like the rest of the season as it happened, the rest of season 1. So yeah, that's I think I just like her just because it's like, oh, it's your first viewing of something, it's your first, yeah, like if in a video game series, if you played Mario World first, and that'd be your favorite. Which is actually mine. My favorite is Mario World. So that kind of effect. So got drawn into that, and it was just like waiting for that scene to come up as I was watching it for the first time of the season. And then the Rainbow, the animated episode. That team released the public versions of the puppets that they used, and then I talked about that a lot, that I downloaded them and then made my first cartoons animation with those. Then as I explained today, is that the eyes were just so horrible to work with. Let's see. See, my character getting dunked on by the better characters. Good place to start. Oh boy. Your intro was the scene where Fluttershy finds Stone Twilight. Stone Twilight. Fluttershy? Oh, is that the... That's not Discord. Oh, that's the... Right, with the chicken snake creature. Whatever that episode was called. Yeah. Okay. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. That was your intro? Okay. I mean, yeah, I have a, you know, just as weird introductions. That's fine too. What was I gonna do? Oh, I was gonna do maybe just trying to find something in Flash. Maybe I can just quickly. Here's my thumbnail. See if I can open one of the dub rainbow puppets. Maybe that would be interesting. Real quick. Here, Misk. Let's see. I'm trying to find it. Loudmouth? So we can find that. Loudmouth Flaw. Yeah, okay, so here's the Flash. This is Adobe Animate in Flash. This is the double rainbow puppet. So this is just to quickly show off that how tricky this is to work with. Let's see. Okay, bye Star. Thank you. So this already is animated. But you can see just by how everything's in little boxes. And so there are different symbols. And so I can just look at the only head as one box. So I cannot select the hair as a separate thing. I cannot select the ear. I cannot select the eye. I can only select the entire head. But if I double click, I'm now inside of it. So I double click, now I can select each part as individual boxes. So that means now I can actually edit them. Problem is that with Flash, you would have to, yeah, you can't really see what's going on only at this certain level that you're on. You can only see what's underneath or inside of the symbol. Like if I can't see what's happening with the, let's see if anything happens on the rest of it. I think it's just all inside the head. Anyway, let's see what the mouth's doing. Look, it moves. Haha, it's moving across. Haha, that's great. I can't wait to figure out what the timing is and exact frame rules of where this is. Does it happen at frame 8? Perfect. Okay, that's great. Let me go back to the start. Let me go and click on the and watch this box, specifically here at the bottom here, as I double click. Whoops, why is it all different? That's because I'm inside of the Flash symbol for just the eye. I can only select the eye at all. That's the only thing I can select at this point. Which got legs. I can only now select eye parts. It's just easy for organization to make them, you know, you don't want to put a mouth inside of an eye symbol, so it's just for each facial and body feature and everything. But now I can select the different parts here, and then I can animate them for whatever. But whoops, I cannot see the animation that I had. Why is the mouth not moving? Why is the other eye not moving? Why is everything else not moving? Huh, that's weird. That's because Flash, for whatever reason, it's not able to let you see and preview the rest of the entire animation that you have. You cannot see what the other eye is doing, in a sense that you cannot see whatever else is happening. So, the other eye, I can click on it and see what that's happening. So, what that means is, let's say I want, you know, this to like move off to the left, like at this particular frame. At frame 25, I want these three symbols to be over here. Perfect. All right. Let me just kind of make sure that all works. Okay, good. Okay, let me double click out. Okay, now what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, the other eye. Click. Actually, it's the other eye, actually. Wait a minute. Why did both have them? Oh. This is not the movement, though. Okay, never mind. That got confusing, because I had to... No, wait, it's on 26. Whoa! So we have to remove these frames. What is it? 0? Okay. Rip Flash Player. So I have to remember, was it on 24? No, it was on 25. So it's a memory game and jumping between different hoops to be able to animate. So I think it was over here, right? Or let me select these bips. Select these bips, and then I think it was over here, or was it over here? I can't see it, so I can't remember. I think it was over there. So I need to go back out, and then you just make sure, like, And it's like, ah, geez, I messed up. Let me go back in and, like, make sure it's right and go, ugh, I guess it was over here. Let me go back out. I have to, like, double click, and then click on the other one to make sure that that's good, and then you can make sure that they're all timed out and perfect between frames. And so, that all to say, literally have to do that every time you want to move the eyeballs, every time you have to move the mouth, and any kind of outside the head, inside the body. Literally every part of this is separate pieces, so each part would be their own internal timeline that you can't like see what everything's going on at the same time because you place them inside symbols. So that's the problem with these double rainbow puppets, that you can't see what's going on. Especially with the eyes, that's the worst part, is that the eyes are separate boxes. I've redesigned things and I kept making things. So if I go back to a new one, let's see. Let's go in a new file. Let's go to this one. Let's see, this is just my offshoot of like being upset about Flash stuff, just to prove a point. This will take a bit. Let me drink some water. Any questions about what I did with this Fluttershy thing? If there was any questions about how I explained it, if I went too fast. That's the storyboard. There it is. Alright, these are puppets I made. Pretty much from scratch, I think. I don't remember. It's been so long. Oh boy. This is a spite stream. Alright. But now you can see that everything's kinda let's see if I can just select just this puppet, but in a new way, just so you can see it. Alright. So this is a puppet I made. And then this is different. Let's see. So now there's more layers, it seems. You can also sort of read some of these, is that these are actual much more detailed, I guess, and less fill. But now the fun part is that, whoops, I can select a pupil? Wait a minute. Are you sure you can do that? I can select the leg? What? All these are on the same level? These aren't inside of their own symbols? They're all individual symbols, but there's no giant symbol and container to hold all the eye pieces as one part. That's what happened, is that the Fluttershy one was that the eyeball was one big piece, and then if you go inside of that, then you can edit it. With this one, the way that I made it, is that these are all on the same level, and so I can actually start clicking on different things, and if I need to like look, whoop, and I can move these, select both of these as separate symbols, but I can select them at the same time and then move them where I want them to be. And if I need to go whoop, and then whoop, and because they're on the same level, they still will animate in time. So I could do something like this. Boop. So, and I have a blink cycle as well, so I probably could have played with that as well. Have to be, move that over, and then move that over. 2 frames. Boop. There you go. And we go back out without the mask. I have some time here. Boop. So, see how simple that was? Instead of trying to go inside of one eye, move it. Remember what the keyframe was. Go back outside. Go into the other one. Remember that frame number. Move it where you want it to be, and then go back out to make sure it looked okay. For literally every sort of like combination of things that you want to do. So this green circle is also fun. You might be wondering, how do you move the head? Because you have to like select every piece then. What I did was, everything is part of, what do I do it? Is it this? That's layered depth. It's been a while. Is this one? This one. This shows the parent, and same thing like the tree thing of the Toon Boom, is that the torso has the parent and everything else is just child to that. So now I can move everything like that. So this is actually a relatively new feature to animate, is that you can add these parent and children hierarchies. Is now I can have this green circle be the parent to all of the different head pieces, and then have it go up and down. And so that's how it makes it easy to just animate like whoop, whoo, to have her nod and everything. As well as still having the flexibility to be able to click on every single other piece if I want to. Jeez. So, as well as all the other fun stuff of having different, what is it? This one. As different pictures and drawing substitutions, I guess. So, jeez. So, you can see the evolution of like fighting with, you know, these weird like eyeball things, and then reconstructing it into being easier to manage and like way quicker to animate, and to be able to animate all in the same place and time, to then go into Toon Boom, boop, and how you saw today, where I could do the same thing as well as click on different hierarchy things. With the node trees that you were saying, is that I can now go into this. Everything's connected to this parent, which is this master peg that then controls all the eye bits and all the head bits. And all the head bits still have like the symbol style things, but I'm still able to click on different parts at the same time, and that's how I was able to animate them. So, and in a sense, I remade, you know, the same kind of, you know, parent structure that Toon Boom sort of used it. I made the same kind of structure in how Toon Boom makes things pretty natively inside of Flash without really actually realizing it. Like, I didn't really know that how Toon Boom really, you know, in the nitty gritty, like actually really works. So I just kind of just reconfigured it to make with the Derpy one example here. Is that, yeah, I can click on everything and then have this master peg. In a sense, that's literally just a circle, which doesn't really do anything, as well as having to be guided so it doesn't visibly show up. But yeah, you still have the problem where you still have to like move her, and then you can't really, I don't know. I guess you can see it, but yeah, you can't like, with the Toon Boom style, you can't just have everything be on one layer and then still kind of do it the same way. There's no like containers that prohibits you from doing certain actions. I would have to say like Toon Boom structure actually, because I got used to it with my own style and doing it myself to like try to figure out the parent system. I just got weirdly good at doing this sort of style that I'm just I got good at. I had an easier transition, let's say that, from Flash to Toon Boom than maybe some other person who did the Flash style with the Fluttershy style, you know, where with Fluttershy style you might just be good at doing that sort of in and out and in and out and in and out of different symbols to go back and forth between different literal timelines. And then you go to Toon Boom and it's like you want to learn it and it's like, what? Like, what is this parent hierarchy? You know, it doesn't make any sense if you're only really accustomed to having to go back and forth between different paces, where you, if you want things to like loop or something, with a symbol you can do that pretty easy, but with Toon Boom you have to pretty much just make it a cycle and actually have it go throughout the actual whole timeline duration, rather than just having the symbol just contain only like 4 frames, for example, and then having that loop over and over and over again. You would have to have those 4 frames in Toon Boom actually be a cycle and actually have it laid out for every single frame in the timeline instead. So there's obviously goods and bads with stuff like that. but I think on the whole, I think it's just, as you saw, much easier. Ease of use than trying to like jimmy with it at every turn. So, I think we're good. Let's see. Thanks, Michael. May they buy your animes and filmmakers. Thank you. I try my best, but yeah. Sometimes it does actually come down to the software of how easy it is to do things. Like if we try to do an MS Paint animation, it doesn't quite have the same tools as Toon Boom, so you have to pick the right tool for the job, you know. You wouldn't want to pick up a hammer to do screw in a nail, you know. So obviously that's over grandifying it, but Toon Boom has like the deluxe, you know, set of perfectly fine-tuned, you know, everything, every pencil is sharpened, while Flash is like, dude, you know, you got a blunt pencil and it sort of works, you know, it's going by the string of its teeth. While Toon Boom is like, we're here for you. We understand animation. While Flash is like, oh, you wanted to erase that 1 pixel? I don't understand. And then it explodes. So, oh yeah, let me see. If that's all good, hope that was a little bit easier now that I actually showed you some Flash stuff. I actually explained what I was meaning. So how was that? I guess like next time I can go into other territories, because I think for now we can end it. But if there's anything else you want me to talk about, let's see. Exactly. Matter for programs improvement. That's, yeah, to get started is hard. When I did start, I was doing free work. That's just so I can get the foot in the door as a student. I was in college, so it was like a perfect time to do free stuff. Is that you can just do on the side stuff. Especially what I'm doing is just doing animations. So, but there is a point where, you know, you have to actually start charging people for your work. So once you kind of get your name in, and then you do a bunch of spec work, I guess, then it becomes like you can create this into a business where you charge fairly decently for your skill level and what you're doing, and then it'll just be up to really you, if you're into it, would be to then look out for people who are like, well, I want to make a thing that I'm good at, you know. Like if there's people who like make fan fiction or something, and you're like, wouldn't it be cool if it was animated? And then as me as an animator, I can go, ooh, pick me, I can do that. And then you can start from there and start negotiating with them. So it'll just be finding friends, and then maybe friends who can help you with getting stuff like that, finding jobs. But yeah, you just gotta put yourself out there, is what most people say. At least for me, the weird part is that 3 out of the 4 that I can think of, the directors would email me directly. So especially for the longer big projects, like KP emailed me saying, hey, we're doing a project, would you like to animate? And I said sure, and because I did such a good job on that, then Josh Scorcher was like, hey, I have an animation to do, and I finished the KP one, and so I was like, sure, I can work on that too. So I just got lucky with that, is that I was able to be in the right place at the right time, and be willing to help with them, you know, for whatever they wanted. And then after that, I finished the Josh Scorcher thing, and then Midnight Bears emailed me and said, hey, you want to work on this? And I was like, yeah. So now working on that. As well for money too. Yeah, that's where it gets tricky again, but I don't know, it's probably getting too personal of how we set this up, so I'll leave you up to do the homework of like looking up what the premium 20 Toon Boom permanent license is, and see like how much I had to fork over for this program. That's like, it sort of works. It works better than Flash, but yeah, it's still like, I don't know. There were some like weird glitches that still happened with Toon Boom. You saw like on Tuesday where I don't know what I was doing and some weird stuff happened. So where it crashed, and it doesn't like big numbers. Flash doesn't like small numbers. So hopefully that helps with that. But yeah, my journey is weird. I think the typical journey is more, let's see, I think it just you actually get real-time jobs, I guess, like real part-time and full-time jobs at like a grocery store or something, to get money to then buy the program, so then you can start your hobby and then of drawing or something, and then they kind of balance back and forth of like you get enough money to then buy the next bigger version of your art program. So I think that's kind of how it sort of works. But I think for animation, it is a big big investment at front. A lot of times, or at least with Adobe stuff, they're ongoing stuff, and I guess with Toon Boom stuff too, they have annual and monthly. So they always say like, "Ooh, you can get Toon Boom for just $20," but that's the lower tier and monthly version. So you'll get a very, very downsized version of Toon Boom, and you still have to pay literally every month. So I ran. It's that's why I was like, yeah, can I just buy it instead? Because the amount of time that I'll probably spend using this, because I feel like this is what I want to do and like what I want to use, is that I wanted the best version of Toon Boom, and I didn't want to keep buying it or like making sure that I had enough at the time. So I just kind of just put a all put all the chips in and say like, yeah, whatever, just do it. It was scary because I've only had Toon Boom only like less than a month or so before I realized that there was stuff that I wasn't able to do. Literally, the tree here, all of this is not included in the Essentials version. Let's say that again. The whole node system, be able to visualize and see this is not included in the Essentials version. The node library is very, very limited. You won't be able to get these. A lot of extra stuff like master controllers. Half of this stuff that you can't even see is gone. So it came to a point where it's like I was trying to like do work with Midnight Mirrors, and it's like, wait a minute, this is really hard. And I realized that, oh yeah, it's because I don't have all the extra tools that maybe the other person that I was working with had. And it's like, hey, wait a minute, how come you have that? And it's like, well, they're not included in the Essentials version. And it's like, wah. So that became like, well, let me just go get it then, so I can actually do my actual work and actual job stuff. So that's how they get you in a sense. That's like, they trap you into like, I don't have the stuff I need to do this thing. And so why don't you just pay money for it? And then, yeah. So, yeah. It's paying for Flash anyway, so. And I guess I still am. But I guess I get the Adobe suite, so it's okay. Because I do use a lot of the other Adobe tools like Audition, Photoshop, After Effects, and Premiere. And Character Animator, which is how I'm using the Derpy tuber here. So, there you go. I think I'm long-winded with all that, so I think we can wrap it up. Any other questions? That's a spot. Alright. If we're all good, leave it up for a bit. Alright. Hope this was fun. I think next time, we'll see. Probably, I don't know how much I'll change in the meantime. For this particular project here, for the train project, I might make a better, like, more realized version of the train, so you can kind of see it better. Might not be the perfect like highlighted and shaded version, but it can be a better stand-in. Fix some of the background stuff and maybe add some more layers or stuff. And I guess for animation next time, I guess we can just keep rolling with what we have here, where it ends here, and then we'll see about the other. I think there's like 4-ish shots. So we'll have to do the also Dippy Bird scenes as well, and then yeah, I think that'll be the bulk of it then. So all right. As like, thank you everyone else for joining. Hope this was enlightening in one way or the other. So alrighty, thank you so much for joining. I forgot what button it is. It's probably this one. Okay. Thank you. There you go. Thank you so much for joining. I'm gonna be leaving now, and then on next Tuesday we'll be back at the same time. So it's at the bottom here for 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. EST. So see you next week. Thank you guys. All right. Thank you. All right. Let's see. Click the button. That's right over here.